Jay Sano without intro music. Jay Sano with intro music. Intro music remix. Jay Sano 19, Jay Sano 19. Jay Sano 19, Jay Sano 19.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back. Still on my journey. It's been not helpful at all. There was no problems during the night or anything.
Jeff battled hard for a bed.
Just to find one piece of wool because they all have to be the same color. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying.
So I went to court.
Oh yeah,
On yesterday.
How'd it go?
So it says that the case starts at 9 o'clock and you have to be there a half an hour beforehand. So the funny thing is the room that you go to doesn't have a room number. I don't know why. And it says it's going to be next to room number blah, 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 and across the hall from room number blah, blah, blah. So you just go into this room that doesn't have its own number for some odd reason.
That's really weird.
And
why is that room without a number?
I'm not 100% certain, but either way, I walk into the room and my tenant also got subpoenaed because it was, her items were part of what was stolen from us. And so we go there and we sign in with this lady who takes our subpoenas from us and then has us fill out some paperwork to show that we're there. Yet takes the subpoenas from us, and what it's asking is like the case number and things like that, which is on the subpoena that she like took away from us. So I had to ask her for it back so I could like write this stuff on there, which I didn't understand why I had to fill out a piece of paper that says I'm here when you just took our subpoenas and like, signed us.
Right. It should be like extra unnecessary paperwork, basically.
Yeah, whatever it was. That was kind of weird, but whatever. We had gotten there at like, just after 8:30. And so we're sitting there, and luckily they had Wi-Fi, so I got onto my work Wi-Fi or started doing some, work while I sat there. 10:30, we're still sitting in the same room. And this is a room for all witnesses for all cases to go sign in at. It like is not specific to this particular case. And granted, there was only like 8 people in the room, so there must not have been that many cases that required witnesses. It turns out one other person was there for our same case because they also found the same individual stealing packages off their porch with video evidence to support such things. But
it was his cousin, though, man.
It must have been his cousin. It had to have been. So at 10:30, the woman comes out from behind the desk and she's like, "Okay, is everybody ready to go?" And we're all like, sure." And she's like, "Okay, so anybody who's here for blah 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 case, that's you 3. Go down to courtroom number 111 down on the first floor." And so she just starts splitting everybody up. So for some reason, we all have to get there at 8:30 because it starts at 9, quote unquote, but they release everybody who's there to be a witness at the same time, which was 10:30, to go to our courtrooms.
That's weird.
So I also thought that was extremely weird.
Wasting 2 hours, basically.
Wasted plenty of time. So we go down to the courtroom, and I've never been to like a real courthouse before. I've seen them on TV, but I've never gone into like a courtroom with a court in session to know what's really going on. And
we never had a traffic ticket or anything that brought you into a courtroom in session?
The traffic tickets that I've gotten that I've fought, they've gone to like a magistrate hearing or a pre-magistrate hearing. Basically what that means is it's prior to a real court date. They put you up with either a magistrate or even they have somebody like a magistrate. It's like a room with a bunch of other people fighting your thing, but it's literally like a conference room. You're not in a real courtroom. Right. It's not, a true judge. It's a magistrate. And then the other one we had a pre-magistrate hearing, which literally was like you get called into the office that this guy works in. So I'm like, he's got a desk and a computer and I sit in the chairs in front of him like I'm having an interview or something like that. Was the pre-magistrate hearing to see if they can come up with something there for different ones. So I've never actually had to go to the courtroom. But the thing was, we get to this courtroom and we're standing outside the doors looking into it going like, there's a judge like doing something right now with like somebody on, the stand. She just said to go to the courtroom. Like, we don't know. Does that mean go in the courtroom? Wait outside the courtroom? Like, you just walk in like to the middle of something that's happening? So we're like standing there in the hallway for a minute and nobody's really people are coming in and out, and we're like, they look like they're lawyers or whatever that are coming in and out, so they might know what they're doing. So we go into this room on this side that happens to have a phone that says something like, pick up this phone to contact the clerk. So we picked up the phone, and my tenant's like, yeah, we're here for, this blah, blah, blah case. We're told to come to this courtroom, but we really don't know what to do. Do you want us to, wait here? Somebody coming to get us? And she's like, oh, no, just go inside and talk to... She's like, go inside and talk to somebody who was inside. So we literally walked into a courtroom, walked up to that little row where all the seating is for everybody to sit, and just watch the cases. And we just tapped somebody on the shoulder who was on the other side of that to be like, in the middle of this other hearing that's going on. Just like, we're here for this. And she's like, oh, okay, are you guys the other attorney?
Yes.
The other attorneys. So we were like, no. And she's like, well, who are you then? And she's like, we're the witnesses that were subpoenaed. And she's like, oh, okay. Let me grab some paperwork and let's go, and we'll go meet outside the courtroom. So we're like, okay, this is really strange. So we get outside the courtroom, and she goes, yeah, this case has been rescheduled for October 11th.
Awesome. So, big waste of your day.
So I was like, but you guys subpoenaed me. I said, you sent my subpoena on Thursday. It is Monday for a case that's been rescheduled. She's like, yeah, I don't know what the delay was. The case was actually scheduled back in July, and it was rescheduled a little while ago. So
this is fantastic.
At this point, I'm like, what the fuck? This is so stupid. And my tenant goes, and look, I don't understand why you guys need me here as a key witness anyway. She's like, I didn't see anything. Like, I just got a call from, Jeff, who said, yeah, some packages of yours were stolen. She's like, that's my whole involvement, is like, I didn't see anything. It was just packages that were gone. And she goes, but why don't you think you're a key witness? And she's like, because I didn't see anything. She goes,
I didn't witness anything.
She goes, no. But did you give him permission to take your packages? And she goes, well, no. And she's like, that's why you're a key witness. And we all looked at her like what the hell are you talking about? And she goes, yeah, that's basically what happens a lot of times is people will come here for their trial and just say that they got permission from the people to take the packages, and when the witnesses don't show up, the cases get dismissed because they can't prove otherwise.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And I was like, you have video evidence of this happening, and then a police report filed. How is this, as well as video of me then confronting said individual about it?
Do they have that too?
How are none of these? Yeah, they have all the footage. I said, how are none of these proof that there was not permission to take the package? That's our justice system for you, though.
Oh, God. Yeah.
How fucked up is that? I almost want to let him go at this point and just be like, this justice system is so fucked up. Just, you know what? I don't even care anymore. I'd rather take on the justice system than a stupid package theft type of deal. Like, it's so dumb that it's gotten to this level as it is. But I mean, he's probably got other crimes or whatever, which is why it's gone to, this level is probably not a first offense.
Right.
I will tell you, I'm extremely far away from the house, going in a straight line, and I have not come to a desert nor villages.
Oh, that makes me sad.
I'm turning directions now. But yeah, so now I have to go back on the 11th again and waste another day going there, which is, apparently it's beyond our control about saying when we can and can't go. We just have to be there on this date. It doesn't matter if you have...
And it might get rescheduled again.
Yeah,
most lawyers reschedule stuff over and over and over again.
In order to try to get people to not show up, I'm sure. It's part of the defense. And it's funny because as much as I want to say, like, shady bastards for doing things like that, and that is one of the problems with our justice system, which it is one of the problems with our justice system, and people are shady who do that and try to use that as a way to get away with all this stuff. But if that's the way it's written, and that's what's allowed to do, you're basically just exploiting things that you're allowed to do. So I can't really be that upset with that tactic.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was being represented because I did something wrong, I'd want them to use every shady tactic in the world to get me, to get me out of it. So I can't say I'm upset with them. But man, our justice system is so fucked up.
Yeah, a little bit. But
now I know I can steal people's packages and just no.
Oh, yeah.
They gave me permission.
Whenever you were talking about how you were walking down the street in the last episode, I thought you were going to say you walked up on a trolley cart.
No, we actually found it.
What?
Yeah, we found it like a couple weeks after it got stolen down the street. We assume it's like they all look the same, so it could be a different one.
So you stole someone else's shit. You know what? That man was probably a victim of the same
we
crime.
found it after the fact. After
Did
it got
you take
stolen,
it back?
Well, it was all broken.
Oh,
the wheels.
So
were
what
like,
I thought you were saying, because you said the words, they all look the same. I thought you were saying you saw like in the front of someone else's yard.
No. I'm saying that we saw it after what we think was our cart,
right,
in somebody's trash pile with a bunch of broken like wheels.
Gotcha. So he like took it and then beat it up,
or just it got used to oblivion or something. Like, who knows what that guy was doing? It looked like he was running a package theft business. You know, if he was, we probably increased his productivity so much that he just wore right on through that cart.
He bought his own, in fact.
He was like, well, this one's broken, but I made enough money. He probably found his own in a package, a brand new one from like Amazon. That'd be kind of entertaining. I guess I should.
So last episode we were talking about assholes driving, that sort of thing. And I wanted to bring it up, but we ran out of time. So at my daughter, I'm in the bed, by the way.
I got to make another one, but I do have the stuff for it this time.
Well, you have to make it. What'd you do with the other one?
I left it there in case I died.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that, are you gonna leave this one too?
I don't know. Let's look for more sheep during the day. Well, too late. I just broke it, so let's hope I don't die.
Okay. That was quick. That was all quick. A lot of stuff just happened.
I just, as we were talking about it, I wasn't even thinking it. I just broke it for some reason.
Let's see. So there's two ways into the school, and before school even started, like they gave us, orientation type
like
information.
Driving ways into the school, or walking like two.
Yeah, there's
ways?
like a main highway. There's a main highway that goes like into town, and you can turn into the school there. And then there's also a back entrance into the school that's not a part of the main highway. And so they basically told everyone, don't line up on the main highway. It impedes traffic. Everyone needs to line up on this back entrance into the school whenever you're picking up or dropping off your child. So it makes sense. Like, okay, there's this road that no one goes on, and it's the school's road. So this is the road you go on if you want to pick up or drop off your child. So, my daughter doesn't ride the bus, so I've been taking her to school. And in the mornings, no one listens to this at all. Every morning, there's people, and it's also, if you go in on the main highway, it's way faster. Like, you just basically skip the line to some degree, because there's this long line of people that are listening to what's been said to do. And then there's these assholes coming in from the main highway, and everyone, and technically, they have right-of-way, because there's a stop sign on the side. Yeah, for yeah, exactly, for like the road that the other road. So technically, but everyone's always been. I mean, I don't want to say gracious, because technically they're breaking the rules already by coming in that way, or breaking what they were told to do. But normally they go like 1 and 1, 1 and 1, 1 and 1. So it pisses me off, but in the afternoons, they don't do this, which is also very strange to me. I can't understand why this is such a big thing in the mornings, but in the afternoon, no one comes in that way. Well, 2 mornings ago, police were out there, and they started telling people, hey, you can't go this way. And it was the most fantastic thing for me. I've never
vindicated.
Yeah, I've never reveled in someone else's pain so much. I sat there in the line, like, as each of them had to go the other way, and just looked at them in the faces, their dejected faces, as they had to drive and get all the way at the back of the line. Felt so good.
And I'm sure every single one of them was like, I didn't know.
Oh yeah, you could see them like talking to the cop, like looking all confused and stuff. Like, what do you mean? There's the road over there. Where does that road go? It's so weird.
These weird roads, and this map that I'm holding with the arrow is pointing down that road.
Yeah.
What are our coordinates again, by chance? I don't know how far away I've gone, because I got in a boat.
We are at 2,000 negative 3,000, basically.
Okay, I'm a long ways away. So I'm looping back from a different angle and hoping that it's going to find. I'm at 305,000.
What were you looking for again?
A village or 300 negative 5,000, I should say. A village, and then I was keeping my eye out for a desert for you. I found some, not a desert, but some of the big beach areas that have a lot of beach, but it's, thousands of blocks away, so that's not going to be that beneficial.
I've made a handful. I went with glass panes just because then I would get more for my buck. I'm seeing if I can stretch it. I
do love it when people try to play the I didn't know card when they clearly know that they're doing something that they weren't supposed to do, but it was something bad. But that's that whole social thing again. It's like they thought it was acceptable to do that because it's going to inconvenience their day less. They don't give a shit how much it inconveniences everybody else's day who is following the rules.
Yeah, every day it was pissing me off. The best thing was like the first day. The first day was 2 days ago. That there was a cop out there, and this morning there was 2 of them out there. Like there was just one guy like walking down the line of those people yesterday, just like, hey, and you could see he was telling them like you need to come in the other direction, blah blah blah. And then today, like there was a cop at that entrance, and there was also one at the other entrance, the one you're supposed to go in. Like I guess directing people to make sure they actually lined up the right way whenever they were getting forced around. But the first day, I saw this black truck, and I saw this guy arguing with the cop about it. And then this morning, he also came in the way he knew he wasn't supposed to. And like the cop didn't even stop to talk to him. It just pointed the way he was supposed to go. And I just, the look on his face, he was like shaking his head as he drove past me. It just, just made my day.
How long does it usually take for the line for pickup and drop off?
Oh, it is the worst thing. So like school opens up to let people in at 7:55, and I get there at 7:20, and there's already like 20 or 30 cars in front of me parked and waiting.
You get there at 7:20 for a 7:55 drop off?
Yep, and that's in the mornings. In the afternoons, I leave my house at 2:30 because school lets out at 3:30, and I get there and there's a long ass line of cars.
And how long do you actually still wait after? Like if school lets out at 3:30, what time is it that your daughter's getting in the car?
Like 3:40, 3:45. Because when I get there, it moves. The line moves fast. They've got that shit down at least. The number of people is just excessive.
One of my employees was saying that she was so frustrated because that her daughter just started a new. I don't know if it's a new school or what, but she said it's every day so far between either her or her husband, it's been an hour and a half waiting. The very first, because they let them out in these groups, and they must be at the end of the group. Maybe your daughter's at the beginning group, or maybe they're just that much more efficient.
What we do is that you just have a sign, like a valet, that you stick on the front of your car, and as you pull up, there's a lady out there with a walkie-talkie yelling for the kids to come out.
Oh, yeah. She said that her daughter on the first day she was picking her up was one of the last people to like get released to the car, even though they were waiting in this line for an hour and a half. And her daughter was crying because she thought that mommy forgot to come pick her up because she didn't know any better. She was just inside watching everybody else leave, and she was there. She's also said her poor daughter, and I'll have to ask her if it's gotten better this last week, that she refuses to use the bathroom at the school because
oh my god,
they have a rule where I guess they won't help the kids to the bathroom because they're trying to like make sure that they're independent or whatever and don't always rely on somebody. So I'm sure it's going to work itself out like fine in a couple days. But the first couple days of school, her daughter did not pee at all. And didn't pee her pants either. Held it all day. That's the first thing I asked is like, oh, well, did she pee her pants? She's like, nope, she held it. But the first thing she did when she ran home was like ran to the bathroom because she had to use it so bad. Like she's fully capable of doing it. She's just afraid in this new place to do it.
Right.
So I don't know if your guys.
No, my daughter has not had that problem.
She just might not. She just might not care. She's like, yep, I'll pee where you tell me a toilet, I'll use it.
I know they don't help them. I would think that would be weird if the teachers were helping them, to be honest with you.
And maybe that's part of the reason why is that some parents would have a bigger problem with the teachers helping. I don't know how all that stuff works. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember being when I was that young. Well, I remember actually when I was in like kindergarten through third grade, we had a bathroom in the classroom.
Right.
And I don't know.
I think we did too.
I don't know.
My daughter does not for sure. They have to leave the classroom
and go down the hall with the hall pass.
Yeah.
Do they have like detention and stuff if they do something wrong at this age?
Yeah.
Really? Isn't that so much more of a burden for the parents?
It is. It is, for sure.
Like if I have to leave work early to come get you, and then I don't have to actually get you at all because now I'm sitting in my car for an extra hour because you had detention.
I think normally detention is you're told. It's not like
it's
the
not
same
that
day.
They schedule it.
Right.
It's not like in the
Yeah.
movies where they're like, "I'll see you after class."
Right.
I remember I got detention. We had these. They made us carry around our. They gave us planners. Everybody a planner at the beginning of the school year, and you had to take your planner to every single class, and they would check. And if you didn't have it, it was an automatic detention. I don't know why. I guess it sounds so stupid to me, but they made you do this. And as the semester wore on, the school year wore on, they didn't check in every single class anymore. And I'm talking middle school, not elementary school. And it was they didn't check as often anymore. So I got lax and left it in my locker, probably for like a week straight or something like that. I hadn't used the thing. And then one person randomly pulls it out for the, everyone pull out your planners for the check. And I didn't have mine, so I got detention. And oh my God, I was so devastated. I was crying because I'm like, I'm going to get in trouble because I have detention now. And how horrible is this? My parents are going to be so mad. They really didn't care at all. Because I think because I didn't have detention for doing something like terrible.
Right.
Getting in a fight in the middle of school.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could see that as a parent. It's like, but you didn't have a planner, and they gave you detention for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they were more mad because they had to because my sister and I for most of our school careers until we were able to drive. And the only reason they let us drive when we were able to drive is because I had a co-op class, so I had to leave school early. But we were bus people. So they actually had to go out of their way, and now... Oh, a village. Please don't tell me this is the village.
Can't you place stairs sideways? Is that really a thing?
You can place them like every which way, can't you?
No, I guess not.
This is the smallest village ever. Oh, wait. There's more. Wheat. Potatoes!
No, I guess that's not a thing.
I'm going to leave 3 potatoes in case somebody else wanders by this village and wants it. Oh my God. I feel so good about life now with potatoes.
Did you get it? Oh, that's right. You picked up the bed.
Yeah.
I'm going to get to the bed real quick. I'm on my way.
I'm in it. There's a zombie coming after me.
I'm not there yet. I'm gonna...
Will he knock me out of the bed? I don't even know what happens. Boom! Yep, he knocked me out of the bed. I've actually never, I guess since they've updated all these mechanics in so long, there's never been anybody else on the server when I was on. Did you stop sleeping?
I mean, I got out of bed real quick to go shut the door because I hadn't shut the door because I was running. So I got worried that creeper was going to come in and kill me.
I'm actually almost back home now, too.
Nice.
Still didn't find a desert.
Yeah, that's annoying. I guess, I mean, we don't need that much glass. I've kind of got what I needed now, I think.
I got the taters, though.
Nice. That was pretty lucky finding that village almost on the way back.
Yeah. I wish I went this way in the first place. One of those situations. Yeah, I don't know about... I want my kid to ride the bus because then I don't have to deal with dropping off and picking up. Like when you actually have I guess if Julia's still working from home, she can probably deal with that aspect of it.
My daughter wanted to ride the bus actually, and we wouldn't let her.
Any reason?
She's so little.
Okay, it's just you don't want to let go yet. I know the person at work that I was talking about with the whole bathroom thing. They were gonna let her daughter ride the bus, but it's her first year at this school, and apparently it's a shared elementary and middle school. So
that's what this is. No, yeah, I don't actually know what grade this ends. Fifth grade, 5th or 6th grade.
Yeah, they were kind of suggested by some of the teachers there that if they can avoid it for now, not to have them ride the bus, just because they're such little kids with the bigger kids who are kind of in a bully phase.
Right. Well, yeah. This school goes all the way to 6th grade, so I guess that's middle school, right?
Yeah. I mean, where I went to school, it was really strange. It was first, second, third, and fourth grade was elementary school, and fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth was middle school, which is not normal.
That sounds right to me too, though. I remember, eighth is the end of middle school.
Well,
right?
eighth is the end because high school starts at ninth, but usually fifth and sixth isn't considered middle school.
Oh.
It's still like younger.
I see.
But I'm sure that's all different now too, because the place where I went to school has really expanded now. We had 3 schools. It was the elementary school, and the middle and high school were connected and combined, but those were the 2 main buildings. Now there's like multiple elementary schools and multiple middle schools, because when I went to school, our high school class was 106 people. Now I think they're, at the, 300 mark per class, whereas my entire high school was less than 500 people.
Right, that's how it was for me at Texas too. And then I moved, and there's more people in my high school than there was in the whole town I lived in Texas.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, how do you ever? And I guess I didn't take advantage of the opportunity because I didn't play many sports. But how do people make it big in sports in high school when you're competing with that many other people?
I know, right? You gotta be good.
Yeah, you gotta be real good. And you don't even get that chance to learn because you're not going to make the team if you're not good enough. And therefore, if you're not already good enough and basically athletically gifted from the beginning, you're never going to get the opportunity to prove yourself.
A lot of people at my school went on to be in like big sports teams. So I guess that's a testament to what you're saying.
I mean, I wonder if Matthew Stafford went to your school.
I don't know.
He was the Lions quarterback from Texas.
Oh no, I'm talking about in Rock Hill, South Carolina.
That
was the big school. No, my Texas school was high school. That's what I'm saying. Like there was a lot of kids. So like you were saying, you got to be really good.
I also find kind of the school dividing lines where I lived were kind of weird because my school was that small. There was another school down the street that was even smaller than my school that we're saying within a 5-mile radius. And then about 6 miles out from my house was the school that was 4 times the size of my school. And I get they want to keep things, kind of together in a, geographical area because you want people to be close to the school. But you almost could have thought they would have blurred the lines of the district a little bit to allow people to spread out to the other schools. Granted, they said that was before the whole school of choice program. I don't know if that's what it's called in all states or if that was just a Michigan thing. But when I was like a junior, I think they enabled the school of choice where you were basically allowed to go to whatever school you wanted. X number of people. Like you couldn't have everybody couldn't be going to a different school, but like 50 people were allowed to go to other schools that weren't.
What was the point of that?
I don't know actually.
Interesting.
You say 2,000 negative 3,000?
That's a general area. The barn is at 1870 negative 3,400.
1870 negative 34. I'll go a little bit this way then. Yeah, I'm relatively close. I don't see any familiar territory. I see no crazy flower fields.
There's quite a few tall pine trees here now, too, you should see in the distance as you come in.
I'm in, sadly, one of those really tree and hilly areas, so I can't see more than, 15 blocks in front of me.
Yeah.
I mean, this might be the way I actually left in the first place. Oh, no, I'm actually probably coming the opposite way. Wait, here's a clearing. I see our birch trees.
You found us. It's a birch tree wall now. They've almost all grown. I don't see you.
I'm coming.
Like right at the... Oh, there you are.
Dude, I made it. I made it. Actually, I need to go this way, though, because I need to go drop off these potatoes so they can go.
Well, that's not the farm.
Did you turn the direction of these trees?
No. The farm's over here.
Oh, I was just coming to it from the other side. I was like, they pointed in a straight line to where I needed to go.
Well, we're out of time, too. So I hope you guys have enjoyed.
All right, guys. See ya.